You ever get the impression that maybe your wife is not okay? It's common. And it's the sort of thing that's going to happen from time to time through your whole marriage. If you're fortunate enough to live 60 years, there's going to be lots of times, lots of moments where you're going to be like, I don't think my wife's okay right now. And in this episode, I want to actually tell you some things you can do, ways that you can focus on getting that sorted. So, who are you? I only talk to young Christian husbands, fathers. That's who I'm trying to talk to and help and encourage and equip. Who am I? I am a 50-year-old dude with, I've been married to the same woman for 25 years. I've got 4 kids who've all grown up in the faith and have all launched, and they're doing well, walking forward with the Lord. We have been pastoring the same small church for 20 years, and I have been entrepreneurial and launched businesses and got that kind of experience too. So at 50 years old, I've definitely seen these moments where maybe my wife's not doing okay, and I know that that's my world, that's my job. So if you're like me, you encountered your wife and you thought, oh, she's soft and pretty and smells good, and I like her, and I think she might kind of be interested in me. And then you kind of move forward a little bit, and then somehow you luck out, she says yes, and you get married, and that's awesome. And then because she's soft and pretty and smells good and keeps saying yes, you have a bunch of kids, and that's the way that everything starts rolling. That's great. But then you're going to be noticing that from time to time she collapses under something. It seems off. She's not as responsive or as warm to you. It can be lots of things. It can be an actual bout of depression. It can be postpartum. It can be she gets crossways with her friends. She doesn't feel like she's being a good mom. This homeschool pressure is too much. Like, it can be anything, right? So why is that your problem? Well, because we know he who loves his wife loves himself, that there's a component here of, like, my world goes better when I am loving and seeing my wife prosper and flourish. There's that. And then 2, there's a verse in Psalm 128 that says that your wife is like a fruitful vine in the center of your house. Now, the picture there is like of a vine, like a grapevine that makes wine. It like produces a lot of fruit. And truly, if you're fortunate and God blesses you with a young woman as a wife, that's exactly what she is. She adds sweetness to your world. She adds beauty to the center of your home. She produces fruit, and all of a sudden we got a lot of kids, and she makes amazing dinners and chocolate cake, and all of these things are wonderful. It also means that your job is, one of your primary roles is to be an attentive vine keeper. And so you need to be looking at her from time to time and thinking, she needs some watering. She looks like she's kind of drying out and kind of frying. Okay, what does she need to do to have some restoration? It means you might need to help fertilize her, like actually put some good words into her soil. And you might need to spend extra time, and you maybe need to go on a weekend getaway. And you need to like make sure that the inputs are there so that she feels strengthened and strong in her root system. From time to time, there may be afflictions that come her way. Physical things, spiritual things, emotional things, and it's your job to actually go in and prune those things out. Maybe there's lies. You notice she really believes these lies about herself. Well, you noticed it, so jump in there and start addressing it. Say, hey, that thing that you say, that's a lie. That's not true. It's not true of who you are by any outward observation, but it's also not true of what God says about you. So you're going to do some pruning and some cutting away. There's also going to be pests, a pestilence that comes at her sometimes. And these are harassing thoughts. It might be the enemy, and you need to be able to address that as well. So the idea that my wife is maybe not doing okay right now, it's yours to manage. She's your wife vine. Nobody else is going to have access to her or should have access to her in the same ways that you do. So if she's starting to wilt, pay attention. You also are going to have to kind of study her to pay attention to what it is that I know she's this way. And when she starts that way, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to step in. I'm going to call out a lie. I'm going to bring words of encouragement. I also feel like it's worth saying that in this new wave emphasis on recovery of what biblical patriarchy is, that for some reason immature men latch onto this identity and role as like, I'm the guy who just walks around throwing my weight around, and that's how I'm going to just slam tables and I'm going to bark things, and then everybody's going to snap too, and that's how I'm going to be able to really prove that I run my own house. Boy, that just never goes that well. It's not that I'm saying that you shouldn't be a patriarch. You absolutely should. But you'll find that people want your counsel. They want your direction. They want you to make rulings when they trust you. It's easier to do this as you win trust in people's, in their estimation of you. When they know he always operates with my best interest in mind, that's huge. He always operates with my best interest in mind. Big. That's very big. It means that they trust you when you discipline them. It means that they trust you when you say no. Those are the things that actually matter the most. So I hope that helps. Pay attention to your wife vine. By the way, the older that wife vine becomes, the sweeter the fruit. And she is able, fine wine comes off of a vine. And she is that for you. She makes sweet the hardship of your days. Being married 25 years, I definitely know that that's the case. It makes things sweeter with time. So, blessings to you. Hope it helps. Take care.